Make sure that everything sounds good. G, go ahead. Make sure speaking to you.
Hi, everybody. Good
If
morning.
Good morning. So yeah, today has been a crazy rainy day. So we're gonna go live straight from the vehicle. Um, for a very long time, we have we used to go live at one point straight from
From the car.
the car. So it's nothing
Mhm.
new.
Yeah.
So I know we haven't gone live for last weekend. We didn't go live, and I know we normally go live on Saturdays, but we're gonna have to change to Saturdays because Saturday's a little more tough to go live because of Gianna doing MMA, gun education, and other activities she does, especially going into the summertime. So most likely we'll be going live on Sundays around 12 o'clock. I think this is a good time for us to be able to go live. I'm hoping that y'all guys can continue to support and follow our goals and dreams. And we just want to have go back to doing what we normally do, and that's having our weekend conversation with me, and my daughter, and hopefully, y'all guys can comment and can if y'all have something to say, as long as y'all keep it positive, we'll definitely respond back. So, how was your weekend, G?
It's been pretty nice. It's been chill. The MMA was nice yesterday, and
What's some of the things you learned in MMA yesterday?
he, my coach likes opening our minds up to like scenarios, and he talks about different situations and his situations. And we took apart the guns yesterday, and we did some dry fire drills.
So, how was it? How did you do?
Oh, I got a headshot.
You got the headshot. Let's go, baby. Nothing like taking the headshot. All right, so that's great. You know what I mean. So, what do you have plans for the rest of the day and for the rest of the week? Going into the new week, what's your plans?
Today I'm going to do hair and um try to make some content. And this week, well, wait, Monday's Memorial Day, and then Tuesday I have like for the rest of the week I have school, and after school, me and my dad are trying to like do the diet and
Yeah, so it sounds like you have a jam packed week. So on my end, I've I hope that y'all guys been able to follow my last videos and continue to follow our journey. So it's crazy. I have the reason I didn't record because I went through. I haven't really been putting too many videos out. So for the last week and a half, I can say it was a lot of frustration. I can honestly say it was a lot of frustration. And so what wound up happened was, if you didn't watch my last video, pretty much the vehicle I'm in now wound up getting hit, and it was their fault. So they want to cash me out. So even though they cashed me out $1,200, the damages exceeded the $1,200. So they would have wanted torn out my vehicle, and even though I had an option for them to tore it out, and but they would have gave me I would have been able to keep the vehicle, but they would have given me way less. So that's that's the so pretty much that's the direction I went. I wanted keeping the vehicle. I took the $1,200, and I was able to get some things done, and the rest I'm just going to have to come out of pocket to fix it. But I still have a vehicle to move around, get go back and forth. It's not reliable enough to go from city to city or wherever the case may be. But
it's definitely like better to have something than have nothing.
yeah,
Nothing would be on the bus right now.
you would have been on the bus right now. That's very true. So we definitely are extremely blessed and thankful for that situation. And yeah, man, it's crazy. So the company's called Wiz. If y'all not familiar, y'all might have a Wiz in your state. You may not. Every state is different. So so what happened was, once I went down there, got on Wiz, and they wanted giving me a bike. So I wound up paying that it was a $200. It was $200 for the month. I had to put down $100 deposit, and then I had to buy a bag, which was like another $50. So in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and get this Wiz bike, and I'm gonna go ahead and do deliveries, and I'm gonna go ahead and just rock out that direction to try and make some extra money, whatever the case is, to continue to fund this goal of mine and dream. And I want to get kicked off of DoorDash because of a certain Karen. So y-
Karen.
she no. Listen, you gotta call it for what it is. So at one point, I was doing deliveries on my vehicle, and I did have it set up where I said I was doing it on a bike, and I really wasn't on the bike. I actually was just doing it from my vehicle, whatever the case might have been. And I put up to this particular lady house, and she was like, "Hey, like it says that you're supposed to be on a bike." And I had told her like, "What does it truly matter if I'm on a bike or not? I have your food." And so she made a big issue about it. She reported me, and before you know, I was kicked off the app. And that was like my main source of way of making money. So of course, I was extremely upset about it, and I went through like 4 or 5 days where now I'm all in, got the bike, so I can go ahead and do deliveries on the bike, and they kicked me off the app. So I tried to return the bike back, but they told me pretty much I couldn't return it because of their policy, whatever it was. And through the grace of God, man, the app just recently opened back up for me.
And as soon as my dad was about to like return the bike, about to do all this stuff, about to look for another job or a source of income, um, they opened his account back up. But now it's just the weather.
Yeah, now's the weather. It's just been raining nonstop. So my goal is to stick to trying to make at least $150 a day on a bike doing DoorDash, and which is really possible. I don't, you can do it. It can be done. It can definitely be done. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that, I have also signed up to do welding because I realized that if I can learn new skills, I can actually build my own boat, and I'll be able to save enough money if I go that direction versus trying to put down $300,000 or $400,000 on trying to put this boat together. But in the meantime, what I have done is um, I went out, got my Twit car, and now I'm in the process of getting my MMC car book. So I'm in the midst of that. So I'm hoping that we can I can have all that done together within like the next couple of weeks or the next couple of months because it takes a little bit to be able to do that. So that's the goal. That's definitely the goal to hit that direction, and then hopefully I can get my seat time through that way. But in the meantime, you know what I mean. Like I want to thank everyone for that has come in and show support, and definitely if you coming in, definitely
Join
GG.
our conversation.
Yeah, join our conversation and ask questions, and
And we could always add you.
yeah. So yeah, so definitely, I definitely appreciate if people can also subscribe. That helps me continue to grow the channel, continue to get to the goal, and that's to become monetized. So I have some new products coming out soon that I'm hoping that I can put it on here. But in order for me to be able to link certain things to my YouTube channel, I have to meet like a minimum of 500 subscribers. So that's definitely the goal I'm trying to shoot for. So I definitely appreciate it if y'all guys can subscribe and show love. And like I said, Gigi going right back. If y'all say have whatever, we can definitely. If you have any questions, um, ask away. But other than that, G, like, what's up with you? How? Let me ask you a question. How do you feel? How do you truly feel about like me being out here and riding bikes and everything like that to try to generate this money?
Well, we're in a time where you gotta do what you gotta do. So like, I don't really. I know my dad's gonna work like for everything, and um, I just appreciate that I have a dad like that that will work out like or work for everything he needs to get to. And I'll always be his number one supporter.
Yeah, I appreciate that because even though I might have some people in my family that show support and love, for the most part, they don't. They say they'll support me, but they really don't. And I'm pretty sure there's so many people out here in this world that is going through that right now too. They don't have support, don't have. So
As far as the bike, it's a job. Like I don't know. It's like a job, even though it's not everybody's ideal job because sometimes people are just lazy. But that's like it's still a job and it's still making you money and it's nothing to lose with. So
yeah, that's
I feel
facts.
good that you're not doing nothing to lose.
Yeah, me too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not the direction I want to go, especially as I get older. I don't want to do nothing illegal, and I want to be able to show show that you can lose everything and rebuild it back up. You can come from nothing and get to where you want to get to the right way, and it will last longer if you do it the right way. So definitely, man, that's definitely my goals. And I'm not gonna lie, like one thing, if you come from a bigger city, like you don't come from a. Sometimes people say that it's hard to leave if you come from a small town to go to a big town. But to be honest with you, I think it's hard to leave. Like if you come from the hood or you come from a big city.
And it's not to cut you, but it's also the people you hang around too. They might hold you back from getting where you want to get to. They might downplay on what you could do on your journey. They might they might say some things that may sound encouraging, but you know in your heart it's not always encouraging. Like for instance, like if you want to get to something, say like football, um, and people around you, it could be your friends, family, the closest people to you, they're not going to support it. So like as long as you have that one person, it could be YouTube. Maybe YouTube's your biggest supporter. You just need that motivation. And sometimes the people you hang around with is not always it.
Yeah, that's so true. That's
You can
true.
always love them, all that stuff. You might support them more than they'll ever support you, and you know that.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying, you always need motivation, and you need momentum.
yeah. That momentum is everything. I think that's one of those things that people don't really talk too much about. That people get caught up on this motivation, but they don't they get so caught up on motivation that they forget that momentum is more important than motivation because motivation goes away. You get tired of being motivated, but one thing you will never get tired
If
of,
you have it, keep going, keep going,
yeah,
and then
that
it's just
moment,
like you're almost there, you're almost at the finish line.
yeah, that
You're gonna
moment,
keep going.
yeah, that momentum. One thing about momentum, and especially if you start to lean into your momentum, is like that's gonna carry you way further than motivation. Because like if you like, for instance, like when I started this whole process to get like, I spent months on watching videos on how to go and get the captain license and everything like that, right? And there was so many videos out there breaking it down, which I didn't really understand at the time. But now it's like I realized once I started leaning into it and I started going after it, I realized it's not that hard to get a captain license. It's not that hard to get it. Anyone can get it. You just gotta lean into your momentum. And I feel like right now I'm in a season in my life where everybody around me that don't know me might think that my life is falling apart,
But
but it's
it's
not.
really not.
It's really not. It's actually coming in together. It's coming in together in a way where it's like that's how God wants it to work. God wants my life to like it's God's putting things together for me in a way where it might feel uncomfortable and definitely feels uncomfortable for me right now. And people around me might look at it like, yo, things is falling apart for you in your life, but it's not. And I'm pretty sure that I'm 100% sure there's people out here on my channel or in the real world, whatever the case may be, that's going through the same thing. And just know that you have to lean into your momentum. Like whatever it is that you want in life, whatever it is that you dream of going after, lean into it. You have to lean into it. You have to be dedicated to it, and I guarantee you, you'll reach the goal that you're trying to reach. And that's just the reality of where it is. So I'm excited about this new season in my life. I'm hope that you're excited about your new season in your life because it's a lot. You know,
Yeah.
so we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it for what it is today. We're not gonna be on here too long. I definitely want to say thanks to everyone that supported my channel. I want to make sure to let everyone know that if you have any questions, please put in the comments. I will write back to you, whether that's anything about Philly, anything about being a single
Any
father.
concerns or like maybe you just wanna next time we have a live and you wanna get on the live, we can make that arrangement.
We can make an arrangement. You want to get on here and have a conversation, bring your kids on here and just kind of communicate.
Even if it's something like about what my dad just said, if it's about something like about being a dad or just Philly in general, I can't answer too much questions about Philly or being a dad, but I could definitely like help people relate to being from my perspective as a teenager or like have living with a single dad or like certain things like that or like maybe school or if you are on the line school or if like how does it impact you and how can you like reflect off it better than doing like I don't know like anything you want to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. So this channel is just not all about being is it's not just about boating. It's about life, man. It's about a father.
It's about engagement, like
Yeah,
just engaging conversations. Yeah, it's about
but
life.
this channel is also about the core of this channel is about a father that climbed to the top, lost it, had a fight to get his child, and now through the grace of God has his child, and just being a new season of rebuilding, going into a new industry, and just leaving the city that I've been for a very long time. I don't talk crap about the city I've been in for a long time, which is Philadelphia. But I also know that it's also a time for me to move on to a new industry, a new city, a new environment. And, I'm hoping that um, there's people out here that might just want to ask questions, how whatever the case may be, or may want to get into boating, or want to get into welding, or whatever the case may be. I want to be out, definitely reach out, definitely subscribe so you can continue to follow the journey because that's the only way this channel can grow and reach a much broader audience. Um,
And if you want to like talk my dad, if you want to talk to my dad privately, you can always comment him in the private section.
yeah, definitely. Um, I'm all about being there and helping grow. Whether that's someone that needs support, that's someone that doesn't, you know, that don't have no one to believe in them, whatever the case may be. Just I'm here. So that's the goal. I'm hoping that this is something that y'all guys are interested in. And like I said, if you have kids, if you're a father, even if you're a mother, I can't really answer too many questions from a female perspective, but I can tell you how it is and what it is to be a father and to continue to grow and have a teenager. And maybe, you just might need that little bit of support,
Or
or
you just need that conversation with somebody.
yeah, or you might just need to just jump on and just communicate. Like I said, we're not no therapists, we're not no licensed professional, but we know what it is to um
Go through stuff just how everybody goes through stuff.
yeah, and we have gone over our situation. We had gone to a point through the grace of God that we overcame those negative moments of our life. We overcame um you know tough times, and we know what it is to be a parent. Like we now know, I know what it is to be a parent. I know what it is to be a father that wanted to give up because I was just burnt out and tired, and I was fighting the system for so long. And I know what that feels to have a kid mom, to just kind of like fight you every step of the way to a point where you're not able to see your kid for months at a time. So I know what that feels like. So But just know that I'm here and I can tell you my experience, and I'm hoping that my experience can help you, grow and be like, what, and make you a better parent, a better father. And 'cause that's important, man. Our kids is our future. It'll come a point where it's gonna come a point where we're gonna need our kids to be in our life. And guess what? Our kids are our biggest supporter. Our kids is our biggest supporter, our biggest they're gonna be by our side. They there with us. They love us and they see so much and they know so much that they look at it like, you know what, we're gonna be there regardless. So I'm extremely blessed to have my kid in my life.
But not to cut you off, but it's also a big thing on how you raise them too. Because if you want them to be there for you, you have to be there for them. And my dad done like such an amazing job at like raising me. Because if he didn't raise me to be the way I am, or even if I grew up here and he was always like he made sure he was there. Like he made sure he was present, and that's very important too.
Yeah, that's for sure. Definitely gotta be there. If you definitely gotta be there for your kids, man. Be there for your kids and love on your kids and respect your kids. And I'm telling you, it'll pay back off in the future. Your kids will love you and respect you. So definitely show them support. Definitely support them every step of the way.
Because they're gonna be there when nobody is.
And there for you. When there's nobody there for you, your kids will always be there. They're gonna have that little bit of soft spot for you. So we're gonna end it at that. And on a positive note, I want to say thanks to everybody for showing support and love. Um, Definitely lock in this week. Every Sunday, next Sunday, we're going to be a little bit more format. We're going to have like, we're just going to send your questions. Send a couple Q and next week we're going to do a Q and A. So like we're going to go back from our we're going to go back to our
Questions in the comments.
all our questions in the comments, and we're gonna go from there and continue. Like I said, we're gonna go on all the questions in the comments, and next weekend we're gonna ask these questions. So peace and love, family. I hope you find yourself in a good space in your life. I hope that y'all go into this week p- positive and lean into your calling. And we'll see you next Sunday. You'll definitely see me throughout the week making shorter videos. So peace and love, family. To the next one.
Yeah.
We out, y'all.